Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you've had a great week and you're excited about Sunday, the Lord's Day, worshiping King Jesus. We will be observing the Lord's Supper in all of our services here at First Baptist. So be here, be early, and join us for that special way of worshiping our Savior. Today, for our devotion, we are in Proverbs 23. Proverbs 23, and there are several themes in this chapter from Proverbs that I like, and I'm sure you do as well. He talks in this chapter about not being deceived, if you will, or taken advantage of by the niceties that sometimes those who are wealthy and powerful and connected can offer you as a way to get your guard down so they win you over. So be careful about people winning you over with niceties, I'll call it. He talks in here about the risk or dangers associated with sexual temptation and the pain that adultery creates. He talks about the ruin that alcoholism, the damage that alcohol does in people's lives. And there are other things, but from a devotional perspective, the theme that spoke to me starts in verse 9. So let's look at that, where he says, "Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words." And when I read that, I thought about Tuesday's devotion from Mark chapter 4, where Jesus is teaching the crowds with parables. And then his followers, not just the 12 disciples, but all who were actually following him, could come to him and ask questions, and he would explain them in more detail. And how he taught in parables to get people's attention, but it was up to them if they really wanted to know more. And it's in a similar way he's saying here, the person who is the fool and doesn't want to understand, does not want to fear God, does not want to learn and dig and become wise. In a sense, you're almost wasting your time if you try to go into too much detail with them. So he's just sounding a caution. In verse 12, he says, "Apply your heart to discipline," or some Bibles translated instruction, because in the Bible, both in Old and New Testaments, it's interesting, the word for instruction also is the word for discipline. And your ears to words of knowledge. In other words, I have to be the one who applies myself toward learning, toward knowledge, toward discipline, toward wisdom. No one else can force it into me. They can speak it. They can give me a book. But if I'm not disciplined and I don't want to apply myself to obtaining knowledge and wisdom, I'm not going to gain it. That's why he said you're wasting your breath when you try to make wise somebody is a fool, i.e. somebody who doesn't want to learn. Verse 19, he says, "Listen, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way." Listen and be wise, direct your heart. It's this decision to focus my heart, my mind, my thinking in the direction of God's way. That's how you become wise. Verse 23, "Buy truth and do not sell it." I love that image. Go out and purchase truth, purchase wisdom, and once you have it, don't sell it, don't get rid of it. He continues, "Get wisdom and instruction and understanding." That should be the goal of our lives. If I could start my life over, both as a disciple or follower of Jesus Christ, as a pastor, preacher, etc., I would read more than I did when I was young. Doesn't mean I didn't read, I did, but I would have done more. Even now at age 67, there is so much that I want to learn, that I wish I had learned when I was younger. Some stuff I'm reading now that I wish I had read years ago. So things I want to learn in certain areas of theology, early church history, apologetics. And I guess what I'm saying, and I think Proverbs it affirms this, is seek knowledge, the wisdom of God, the truth of God. and apply yourself. I mean, commit yourself to seeking it, because that's the only way you will learn. That is the only way you will become wise, is you must be committed to becoming wise, to learning. Apply yourself to it. And as long as I'm capable, it's my hope and prayer that I will do that. And I want to encourage you to do that, whether you're my age or older, or you're a teenager or a middle-aged adult. Start now and apply yourself to attaining the wisdom of God. Being part of our Bible reading plan and listening and or watching these devotions, and being part of a D group and all that. That goes a long way. But apply yourself to it. And I know some of us don't enjoy reading as much as others, but we need to read. Even if it's not our favorite thing to do, we still need to read some stuff. Anyway, that's the word for today. I'll see you Sunday morning. Look forward to you being in worship with us. And then Monday, as we jump back in the Gospel of Mark and we look at we finish out chapter 6. God bless you. Have a great weekend, everybody.